After slaughtering that lot of fools and talking with his ally, we've rested up nicely, and we're going to pick up a few things. Be sure to make time to visit Serpent's Crown. It's a jewel of our city. She's looking for... The fool's standing there trying to get out of his predicament. He's still up there, no doubt. With his luck all run out. I understand there's a magic shop. Rockies overlook. Attacks that do damage have a penetration rating. The attack's penetration is below the target's armor rating. Alright, here we are.
I've been dreaming about a priest that died, then rose again. What do you think that means? I see him walking Aora. Nothing but bones, lit by the flames of his soul.
Xoti.
What can I do you for?
You were talking about a priest?
I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares outside the one that you just told me?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
Okay.
You need me, I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Cause no trouble, disturb no artist. Why would I disturb artist? Herb shop. Let's see who we have here.
Huh?
Why, hello.
Hello?
Cuitzli at your service.
She sets down her pruning shears and looks up and down with one style. Hello, Cuitzli.
I can tell that you're new to the Deadfire. Maybe you're still getting your bearings? Some of my herbs can help with seasickness or worse afflictions.
Okay, what makes you think I got here recently?
It's nothing personal. You just have that taking everything in look about you.
Okay, it's that obvious. We're gonna have to do something about that, guys. And not look so obvious.
Give it time. It'll pass.
Okay, so what brings you, an herbalist, to Pirakai Overlook?
Money is the obvious answer, but
Makes
I don't
sense.
think that's what you're after. Yes, I'm an herbalist, but I also pride myself as a florist. I think the city liked the idea of putting a flower shop somewhere visible. It's ostentatious, really.
Alright, smells nice in here.
Probably the same reason why we have a magic shop next door. Pariki's Overlook is a great big splash of culture and innovation, there to show travelers that the Hauana are ready for the world at large.
She shrugs. Alright, fine. Let me see what you have for sale. Okay, twisted root down. What does this do? It brings a vine lurker. The bundle of roots is nodding to the rudimentary figure of a kith. Word kith is used to describe the dominant civilized races of Aora. Humans, Humana, dwarves, elves, Orlans, and godlike. Okay. Oh yes, we need this. I will be right back. Well, let's take a look and see what else she has. Coral snuff. Is this thieves putty? I think so. Something similar. Yeah. Take it all. Okay. Let's see. As far as magic is concerned, apothecary gloves. Oh, that's useful. +1 dexterity. Let's take those off her hands. Alright. Okay, let's head out. See, I didn't see Mother.
Welcome back, stranger.
The thing I didn't see was Mother of Pearl. Or Fifth Back Brains. That's me. Curious then to name your price. It's not for sale.
Is that an Orlan Cajun back? They don't let you have those in Deerwood anymore. Well, that one's in pretty good condition.
An Orlan cage? What do you mean an Orlan cage?
I got nowhere else to turn. Stonehill is going to kill me.
Don't drag me into your mess, Bertenno. Not again.
Then you leave me no choice. I'm sorry.
Hey, come back with that.
Hey.
Medico!
What the heck does he think he's doing? He just robbed that shop. Where'd he go? The little thief. I don't see him anywhere. Okay, well. I'm sorry, I tried to catch him. Who was that?
That flaccid Batso.
Flaccid Batso? This young wizard clutches the countertop. She's gonna vault over, snap him in half. Yeah, well, we just chased him. He wasn't around.
Imp, you had none of that, huh?
The imp mutters to himself in the dark. Oh, great.
That's what I thought. What am I going to do? Think, Fassina.
Grabs a fistful of hair and sighs. What was that all about?
My postenago of a lover stole Rokawa's fingers. The master will kill me if I don't get them back.
Okay. Was that a glove?
He must have wanted to raise some fast coin. Arkemyr will flay me alive over those damned gloves.
He might. Yeah. Well, I've done a favor for Arkemyr. I killed Kalka, Council Hall. It's strange that the construct is intact for stealing.
Is it strange?
Yes, it's strange.
I don't know. Go consult Arkemyr's grimoire if you're that curious.
What? Flustered, she finds an excuse, looks. So why did he need the money? Well,
he said that he's in debt to a Rautaian captain by the name of Hamuto Stoneheel. By all accounts, a deadly serious man.
So what isn't that you aren't telling me?
Not that it's any of your business, but Bertenno used to spend a lot of late nights here.
You already told me he's your lover, so I could care less.
I got into the construct's guts and marked off Bertenno as a safe visitor, so they would not attack him.
Okay, that was foolish.
And before you ask, no, I will never do this again.
Oh, hold a second. What? Who the hell are they? Who the hell are those guys? Okay. Well, tell me more about these gloves.
You do not know Arkemyr, do you? He is as cheap as a Wodican clerk. Whatever he loses from those gloves, he will take out on me. Somehow.
Alright. I'll get the gloves back for you.
You will?
I'm feeling generous.
If you are expecting some payment or reward, I do need to keep this under wraps.
Discount would be a nice start. Explains twice in disbelief before regarding with a warm smile.
You look capable. While I am stuck behind this counter, I am in no position to refuse help.
Okay. You're a smart girl, I like that. Who is that guy?
A discount goes without saying. You're saving me a world of trouble by doing this. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you seem to be... maybe you're angry because of that jackass. But who are all these people that keep walking in here?
I do not know where Bertenno fences his goods, but he mentioned an appointment at the Brass Citadel docks.
Fassina bites her thumbnail and glances at the door. Seemed to wish it would burst of its own hinges.
Hamuto Stonehill must be as dangerous as he sounds, or else Bertenno wouldn't be so panicked.
Okay, so... I got a few more questions about your predicament.
Bertenno stole Rokawa's fingers to pay off his debt. If Arkemyr finds out, he will boil me into broth for his imps.
Oh, that sounds pretty bad, yeah.
Suddenly, my whole existence revolves around these gloves. Incredible. Go on, then.
Alright. We'll find out more about you later. You seem to be pretty stressed, so let's go get your gloves back. You'll give us a discount, and who are these people that keep walking around? Who are you? Oh. Looks like you're trying to steal something from her. Okay, so this young lady named Fassina wants me to help her out. Okay, so Fassina wants us to catch her boyfriend down in the Brass Citadel. Find Bertenno in the Brass Citadel. There's no telling where Bertenno will try to fence the gloves, but it's important to keep it at the Brass Citadel docks. Bardatto owes money to a notorious Rautaian captain named Mata Stonehill. Let's go. So he's gone to the Brass Citadel, which is a spot on my map. No, she's not selling the lantern. At least not as far as I know. So we need to go to the Brass Citadel. Oh, we can't get there from here. Okay, we have to go on that side of the island. Maybe I can get to the Brass Citadel from there.
Please, I did nothing.
You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk towards a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. What's that? He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
The warrior casts a meaningful glance at a woman standing a short distance away.
Let him go!
She screams at the guard, but he doesn't dare approach. The man notices her. His face lightens up with shame.
Beer! I'm sorry!
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
My God, what are they doing? Guards drag the Ruparu into the metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles the cars as it's low over the edge.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
Wow, you guys are really evil, man.
Be careful. The gullet is no place for outsiders.
Hold on a second here. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? A guard he folds his arms. How's that man sent below?
Botaro? He associated with foreign criminals.
He spits. A gob of saliva is just one more splotch on the weathered and mottled boards.
I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her. These wicked sorts overrun the gullet and corrupt the Ruparu. Our justice must be swift and firm.
So where's Billo now?
Hers is the first house you come to. Just there.
Point southwest across the walkway.
You'll probably find her there.
And where the hell is that? Where'd you drop him to?
To the old city, Ikira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep.
And you threw him down there?
And the remains of lawbreakers and troublemakers. The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
I want access to the lifts.
Are you mad or merely lost? That place is a punishment for the lowest sort.
So wave his hand over to the exit.
Go and explore someplace with pleasant views and fresh air. The harbor, or Periki's Overlook.
I can look after myself.
It's your neck, Ikira. We will leave the lift down there for half a day. That should be enough time to come back to your senses. After that, you are on your own.
Alright, I'm not ready
The
to go
guard
right
will
now.
let you pass. Though I urge you to reconsider.
Yeah, I'm not going right now. I've got other things to do. You guys are insane. You guys treat your own people like dogs. No wonder they hate you.
Was taking Botaro not enough for you?
No, hello? A woman thrashes a row of tunics and sarongs hanging from the rafters. Her pointed teeth are gritted in frustration, her lips set in a snarl. Clothes are spotless, yet she swings a handful of reeds again and again, grunting with each blow.
Botaro is gone. Dead. What more do you want?
She punctuates statement with a fierce whack of the reeds. The children fence. Silence stretches for several seconds to finally she looks at you. A fraction of her anger burns off.
Forgive me. I thought you were one of the foreigners who sent him away. Outsiders here always go to the tavern.
Okay.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
How do you know the man who was lowered into the old city? One of the children starts to say something, but Billa shoots him a sharp glance. Turns back to you, arms crossed, gripping the reed bundle tightly.
Botaro is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks.
He's trying to tell you something.
More words. They did not save him, and we cannot eat them. I say, what good are they then?
Okay. She turns away from you, striking into Sarang harder
The
and
traders
harder.
say they bring riches in their big ships.
Fabrics pop, snap beneath her fury. Sweat is flying. fighting the clean sarong.
But what reaches the gullet? Only crime and sickness, I say. The Rautaians promise marvels, strong walls, and plenty for all.
She moves on to the next tunic. Gushing with even greater fury.
Akira, still my back aches from building their fort, and still I live here. And Botaro said we would finally leave.
She breaks off, her soldiers heaving as she catches her breath. So what happened?
I heard a Rautaian captain took up at the tavern. Suduzo, they call her.
Okay.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers.
Okay.
Botaro went and found her in the tavern.
Her eyes go hard and dark.
Next I see him, the guards are dragging him to the cage.
Okay. That's terrible. I'll see this put to right. Looks at you with the same critical eyes she's been giving her laundry. Thoughtful, Xoti rubs a knuckle along the edge of her jaw.
Everyone knows the Rautaians are made of brass. They listen only to their commanders. But still, maybe it goes different for you.
Looks around, taking in the hanging clothes, the huddled children, and the warped and splintered walls of the shack around them.
Botaro took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks, when he went to bargain with the captain.
Okay.
I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Botaro. Or in someone else's pocket.
Okay, tell me about the Rautaian captain.
Suduzo.
Right. She's holding me so tight. Yeah.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers.
Yeah, they're made of brass, as you say. They're tough.
But she threw Botaro out.
Looks down at the broken reed in her hands.
Always Botaro was careful with his words, especially as a Ruparu.
Yeah, the Rautaians are very tough. They're sharks.
But a Ruparu in Nekataka gives offense just by breathing the air of his betters.
Okay, well, how many of you need... I could look for Botaro.
I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer...
Working the reeds between her hands while hope, dread battle in her eyes. Yeah,
It is a
down
big
there.
and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself. Perhaps...
She steadies herself with a shake of her head.
Please, help him if you can. Or bring me news if you cannot.
Okay. Now, how many of you need passage?
We are 6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me.
Good Lord. 3 children, 2 babes. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of children. They all yours?
Such a strange question. A Ruparu child is the child of all Ruparu.
Yeah, but...
At least that is the way in the village where Botaro and me came from.
Okay.
But here, we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children.
Right. Alright. So... Alright, let's go
We
back
are
to this.
6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me.
Was no one else from the cast look after her?
Akira. It was so in the village, where Botaro and me came from.
Right.
But here, we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children.
Alright. Tell me about the stash of coin Botaro had. Where creases her eyes, she sizes you up with a quick look.
I tell you, I do not know where it is, and I am sure it would be little to someone like you.
She looks
After what happened, Botaro would sooner have thrown it into the waters than given it to the Mataru or the Rautaians.
Okay.
If it is anywhere, it is surely with his body.
Alright. Can you take a different ship? You can take our
Many
ship.
ships leave from Queen's Birth, but the Valians take slaves.
Oh, no.
They say the Principe smuggle goods in the caverns below, but I cannot trust such people.
Right.
But the Rautaians have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there.
Alright. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? All aboard. Fine, Bilha. I offered... Okay, I offered to look there. Alright. Got a few things to do. First of all, we need to get to the Brass Citadel.
So, does Gilded Vale still reek of spoiled grain and burnt stew?
Wouldn't know. Decided to go places where I could be of more use.
I didn't realize farmers were in such short supply in the Deerwood.
Not farming. Thought I'd take a shot at running things.
And those things are still running?
What's this still running? Okay. Let's get to the Brass Citadel.
Sure.
What's this? Beneath the dirt and mildew, these carvings look finely detailed and very old. Alright. I believe this is the way down. The hole. Okay. Oh, it's this way. Okay, so we are headed in the right direction. Let's get to the Brass Citadel. Yeah, before that guy does something even dumber with those gloves. Brass Citadel. So this is the Rautaian stronghold. Sure rains a lot here. So down.
What is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Excuse me. Stand down. I go where I want.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensburg.
His mouth quirks in a smile.
The Grand Secretary at Sura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs. Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Is he in charge around here? Was it? Darn it. See, these walls is how you build something to last. Darn it.
Leave. No Valian spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must think I'm an idiot.
Ach, you got one thing right.
Oh, maybe I can help. Oops.
Yeah?
Talk to her. Well-dressed Valian and a young but determined guard are arguing by the gate.
The Royal Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The Valian's words are only anger the guard further. Her face darkens and she grits her pointed teeth.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company? operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rauatai.
Oh, really? She straightens her shoulders, crosses her forearms over her chest in a stiff salute. Really?
We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekataka.
So what are you two arguing about besides the obvious?
These Valians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
The guard glares at the merchant even as she speaks to me. Okay, well.
And these Rauataians think they own anything they stack 2 stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
Okay. Well, if the guard won't let you in, that's that. I mean, are you armed? No.
Correct. And how am I supposed to conduct my business?
Okay. All right. Okay. Not every guard is as steadfast as her. Try later with some spare change. The Valian winks at you and backs away, a deliberately outraged expression on her face.
Bah! To the depths with both of you, then.
She storms off theatrically.
Good riddance to her.
Right.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Xoti didn't like that. I don't care. I really don't. It's how you get things done. Okay, so here's the docks. Let's see. Ooh, gunsmithery. Hold on a second. No. Let's avoid getting distracted. Many of our people work as mercenaries. Well, interesting. There's our pigeon. Attento. You little fool.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat.
Stole a pair of gloves from the dark cupboard. Give them to me.
Not a chance, amico. Fassina sent you, didn't she? Postenago, just for these?
Shaking his head, he pulls a pair of fine gloves from his pocket, studying them with evident disappointment.
Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them.
You're going to have a hard time selling Arkemyr's gloves for fast corn.
Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it?
Opens his mouth to say more. If nothing to the southwest distracts him, his breast is filled with dread.
Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
Keep your mouth shut and follow my lead. Glancing at you, Bertenno shrugs and swallows down a lump in his throat. It's a tough bunch. You're Italians, too. A unit of steely-eyed sailors approach the docks, clutching pikes and firearms with quiet professionalism. At their head stands a tall Amua in a mustard yellow uniform. Turns his attention between you and Bertenno.
So, Bertenno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Mata rubs the long scar that extends the length of his neck.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back.
Bertenno, shut up. The adults are talking. Muda eyes brightening nod. The soldiers around him chuckle with approval.
I like dealing with people of substance.
Nods thoughtfully.
This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary.
You sound more reasonable than I was led to believe.
Do I? One can be adherent to the tenets of maritime law and still be seen as a monster.
Alright, so what is your plan for Bertenno?
Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any pursuit he would take on his own terms.
Okay. Yeah. Perhaps I can pay what he's owed.
You must care a great deal for this insufferable little worm to stake your purse on his freedom.
I don't. It's a personal favor to a friend.
400 pyres are what Bertenno owes. And I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded.
Alright, here you go. Payment as agreed.
Then our business is concluded.
Muno signals his men to stand down. Away they go. I really want the gloves.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not gonna last.
For the first time in my life, I'm free.
That's all you got to say on the matter?
Ak, this feels amazing, and I'm going to sail this lucky streak wherever it takes me. If you see Fassina, tell her I'm hiding out with some principy friends. Also, catch!
He tosses the gloves. I grab them. Alright, and put them in my stash.
It's a new Bertenno all the way. Pirate Bertenno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
Laughing in full voice, he makes a foolish and ridiculously short-lived exit. Right. Well, I'm sure that's not gonna last. Let's go see Fassina. Actually, let's go see this gentleman. Okay. Let's go see the secretary.
With sails unfurled and sword held high, to battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
That's the last time I ship out with some soft-handed runt.
Wow. That looked brutal. You look like you need a healer there.
Come to gawk, too?
No.
My punishment's over, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
I shouldn't take my anger out on you. It's not your fault I punched my captain.
He must have deserved it. It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Face darkens with anger and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
Though maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
Okay. Shakes her head, quietly stewing. Sounds like he deserved it.
He asked if I knew where I was pointing my cannons. I told him to bend over in front of one and we'd find out. It escalated from there. Anyway, I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure.
Obviously.
I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better.
Okay.
Still a scramble root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
Okay, I could use that expert cannoneer on my crew. Looks you up and down considering your offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. Either personally or by reputation.
Yeah, Our ship is a fine ship. I am more of a land lover, to tell you the truth.
I'm sure you're capable, but I don't know enough about you. Yet.
She quirks with a hopeful suggestion.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Okay. Alright. I'll leave you to heal up. Alright, guys. She doesn't want to ship out with us. Let's see. Oh, who's this young lady here? Oh? It's about Orlan. No jokes, Eder.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look before you head back out.
Okay. So you're working here at Rautaian Outpost, huh?
Because I'm from Rauatai. Or, to be more specific, my ancestral home's been part of the Empire for decades. Few generations now.
How'd your homeland become part of Rautai?
The usual way, I guess. Their soldiers beat ours.
Yeah, they're pretty big guys. And doesn't that bother you at all? She glanced around to see if anyone was listening.
I guess it used to. When I was younger, I grew up hearing stories of the time before from my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
But they were children themselves when Rauatai took over.
Okay.
Some wax romantic about the old days. Anyways, I'm just trying to make a living. That's why I'm here, after all.
Okay, so what's it like living under the Rautaian rule? I assume military, right?
I don't know. I never known anything else. We've got the Rauataians' fancy new irrigation canals now, and the roads have gotten better. The ones leading into Tekoa, anyhow.
Okay.
Funny thing is, the further you go on them, the nicer everything gets, and the more it all looks like this.
Right, okay. So let's get back to business.
That's a better subject.
Alright. Let's see what you got for sale.
Take a look.
Oh. Yeah. Take those. And we'll take that. And we'll... I think we're going to have a charm of bones. We'll take all of those. You're going to like us. I will be right back after we have conducted our business with our young Orlan. Okay. Let's go see... So let's stop in here for a second. Outside the obvious, let's find out a little bit more about this place. Dear Bodyguard, the Balings are behind the Messet of Sangha. They'll pay. With Sangha? What happened there? Nakataka's a fine city. Wannas know nothing about fortifications, right? Let's talk to the fleet master.
Clear skies, my friend.
Koyo crosses his arm and tips his head to the side. Long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Evilar Cadnua, Captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I know of you already, Captain.
Really?
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rauatai finds itself in need of a privateer. Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid that privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai.
Right.
Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
Okay. Maybe another time. We are not very good with this. Yeah. Yeah, shipboard. Just don't have the crew nor the skill with it. Harsh land for strong people. So I've been told. So I've been told. Actually, I want to stop
Why
by...
does your Ranga carve his name into a rock?
The Ranga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Ruparu also write their names on other stones? For what do you squawk and gloat over a heap of stones? Akira, you Rautaians are strange cousins indeed.
A well-dressed Hauana woman shakes her head at a Rautaian man. Tone of the debate is spirited, but not unfriendly.
The Brass Citadel is a marvel of modern engineering. With the gates barred and the cannons primed, it can withstand any attack and weather any storm.
He and Hauana friend turn to regard.
Surely you can see what a fine stronghold this is.
It's an excellent fort, sturdy and built to last.
I'm sure someone once said the same about the ancient places in Deadfire, before storms and volcanoes made ruins of them.
Yeah.
We transformed a rocky cove into the best defended harbor in Nekataka. Such achievements must be celebrated.
Okay.
This rocky cove was once a prized fishing spot for the Ruparu. These Rauataians act as if every bare islet is merely awaiting a fort or a farm. They cannot look at anything without planning to change it.
Right.
To strive is to survive. Those who would achieve greatness must make the world a better, more ordered place than they found it.
Interesting.
Why change the world when you can learn to live in it the way it is? This is what my people have done for thousands of years.
I understand her point as well. I do agree with her. This probably used to be a beautiful location, but you guys have two different views on beauty. The Rautaians, they love their structure, they love their forts, and that they serve a purpose. Okay. What we should ask is what provides the greatest benefit? A fishing spot or a harbor?
Must we sacrifice the needs of the few to the whims of the many, then?
Come on now. Now, there are many people that are being benefited by the harbor.
Akira, nothing invigorates like a good discussion. Thank you for indulging us.
Of course. That, turn from me and resume their discussion. Oh. All right. Avalona, yeah. I like her hair. She's very Romanesque. Okay. Natural and supernatural properties. We have a lot of alchemy skills. What we could benefit from is a bit more mechanics. Maybe she can help me with a little bit of her street sense, street wiseness. Ah, here we go. I need this. Yeah. Gotta get her iron skin. And I'd love to get her a more powerful directed spell. Alright, Avalona. You're all set. Okay, let's go see. Yes, we'll be going downstairs. Talk to his secretary. Only your people have traveled as widely as ours. See any stairs. Let's talk to the guard. Valians are behind this mess of Songa. They will pay. Many of our people work at mercenaries. Yes, that's what I've heard. Let's see if there's any stairs here. Let's find out what office this is. Masonic County is murdering me at the palace in Serpent Crown. These look like just clerks. Alright, so maybe this office here.
Leave it to me.
Alright. I believe this is our man. A young woman with a bright, wide smile and eyes to match. Raises her hand, gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself, wait, and crosses her arms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before.
Okay.
Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
The Hazanui yells at you? The Admiral?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
This last comment, she leans close, her eyes wide, voice low with awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
Well, now you do. Okay. So you're the quartermaster. Can you tell me something? Face crunches up in this point.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders.
Royal Deadfire. Okay.
Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
All right. Well, I'm kind of working for the Valian Trading Company anyway. So are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country.
Rough country? An affectionate Rautaian term for their homeland. Rough refers to both the unyielding, rocky soil and storms that batter the mainland. Okay.
I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this.
She shakes her head in wonderment.
You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Okay. Right. Sure. I just got to get Ed to stop stepping on them.
Now, that sounds like an adventure.
Yeah. It's kind of one I'm locked into.
I'd love Rauatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Farewell. Well, you're not who I'm looking for. I'm supposed to be talking to the secretary. So perhaps I'm in the wrong office. That must be. Let's go out by the gate. The way that we kind of came. See, there's this gunsmith place here. Let's see what he has to for sale. Blacksmith. Assume he's the clerk. No, he is the owner, Uto. The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a massive scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rauatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rauatai.
Okay. And what makes your gun so special?
Craftsmanship.
Holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you, covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal.
Okay.
Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
Okay, he reaches under the counter and presents a blunderbuss, holding out for your inspection with ever steady hands. It's a high quality piece.
Rauataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
Okay, let me see what you have. Alright. Dragon Dowry. What is this? It's arquebus, two-handed. Wow. Legendary. Let's see here. So it's a big old rifle, and I don't have anyone in my party that's skilled with a rifle. Arquebus. Okay, Rufus Achemont, elder gunsmith of the Forge in Fire, a militant Magnite warband, crafted this arquebus for his own use during the Saints' War. Okay. Unwilling to trust his life to a weapon unless it had Celestial Magrin, he melded fire and steel into an instrument of blazing destruction. The gun's firing mechanism is unique, as it does not rely on flint or mats to spark the pan. Instead, ornate arcane symbols in the hammer and frizzen provide the necessary ignition for the primer. Its rune lock, as Rufus called it, is effective and reliable. Dragon's Dowry fires lead balls wreathed in fire. When loaded with rune power, can belch forth a torrent of pure flame. Unfortunately, the unstable magics that provide such power are unpredictable. On occasion, hot powder can blow backwards upon firing, burning the shooter. Rufus saw this not as a drawback of his creation, but as a just offering to Magrin. Burns that pocked his cheek, hands, and arms were symbols of his penitence in his god's favor. Okay. Sounds like a risky proposition. We'll take some of your stun bombs, though. Oh, he's got a pistol, though. Scordeo's Trophy. Okay. Vicolo Scordeo acquired this ivory furnace pistol from the second captain he ever led a mutiny against. Leading mutinies was in fact one of Scordeo's few talents. He was a mediocre sailor and a poor pirate, mostly because of his acute distaste to following orders. But he was an excellent turncoat. The mutiny went off without a hitch. Scordeo disarmed the captain and shot him in the head. Yikes. That accomplished, Scordeo took command. His brief stint as captain was cut short by a second mutiny soon after, however. Found himself marooned on a small atoll. His treacherous shipmates had been kind enough to leave him clothes on his back, his new pistols, and a bottle of rum. Willing to pull the trigger on himself, Scordeo drank the rum and waited to die. Sounds like a pistol worth having. Really, a pistol? I don't really have anybody that's accomplished with a pistol. I just don't have anybody who can really use that pistol. I mean, it's a nice pistol. It's just not really our style. Let's take that. Alright, let's go. I kind of knew that there wouldn't be anything, we could really use. Let's see here. Like, he's not skilled with pistols. I'm not skilled with pistols. I mean, Xoti has rapid shot. He's not skilled. Eder has no skill with a pistol. Yeah. Alright. Well, it's nice.
I don't know how you and the Watchers sleep, carrying all those souls around.
Some nights it's the lantern that lulls me to sleep. It pulses like a heart in my hand.
If you find that comforting, then I'm glad for you.
Okay, so I don't know. I wonder if we're supposed to go down here. No, that's just a stair up. We'll come back another time. To the Brass Citadel. For now, let's go see our friend Fassina.
Did the Queen summon everyone to the palace?
Akira, I've never seen Aruihi run so fast.
Do you think the Audra Colossus would come here next?
Pray to Kahopa, it does not.
I set my schedule by the water clock. Hasn't failed me yet. Water clock, huh? Look like a supporter of the arts. I am. Guard, come on the west side. I've seen you guys in there before, right? Were they arguing?
You had no right to interfere in Rauatai's business.
Hauana culture isn't business, you company drudge.
Hello? Another argument? between the Rautai and the...
I don't give two pyres for your tribal pride, and I wager that Arkemyr cares even less.
The Mua woman clutches her fist at her side. Her severe features are caught in an unshakable grimace.
If this is what passes for Rautai in diplomacy, Nui has bigger problems.
Okay. More calm and composed. Hauana smiles. Turn when she notices you.
If you've come to see Arkemyr, you're too late. He left the estate on wizard business.
Actually, I wanted to know what's going on between the two of you.
Tamar and I wanted something from Arkemyr. Our powers of persuasion leave much to be desired.
Okay.
The wizard got his hands on a Hauana tablet, the Harapo epic. I came to reclaim it for Rauatai.
Okay.
In the middle of my negotiations, this little pest showed up with a claim on it.
Well, that's kind of rude, isn't it?
The Harapo epic belongs to the Hauana. The Queen sent me to remind you both.
Okay. Who's Arkemyr?
A spellcaster, and a damn good one. Specializes in hexes and illusions.
Okay.
He and his apprentice run the Dark Cupboard, a local magic shop.
So how did Arkemyr come to possess that tablet?
I believe that he had dealings with black market treasure hunters. Not that the Queen will implicate him.
Okay.
She's too preoccupied negotiating with the warmongers at her door.
Right. So any idea where Arkemyr went?
Arkemyr could be drinking Cuitzli wine with dead kings. There's no finding him if he doesn't want to be found.
All right. Back to my previous questions. Okay. Well, an intact primary source is a rare find for the Hauana.
Akira, few outsiders can appreciate what such an artifact could mean to our people.
Right.
Posturing about cultural value is worthless. We both want the tablet for the same reason.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. So, wait. There's another reason you both want the tablet so badly? Pierre goes silent awkwardly. Contact. Focusing in different directions. Really? You guys, why are you guys arguing then?
There are things better left unsaid.
What?
While I'm standing here, you mean?
Akira, I don't deny it.
Okay, instead of standing here and arguing, why don't you negotiate with him?
Arkemyr left the city. Likely for the peace and quiet we didn't grant him.
Well, he's going to come back. This is his tower.
At least I offered to pay him. Your only currency is altruism.
Okay, so what's your plan?
I might as well adjourn to the palace in Serpent's Crown and give Arkemyr time to think.
Okay.
What a load of... You mean to get your hands on that tablet with or without Arkemyr? You island rats can barely write your own names, much less a distinguished epic.
Now that's mean. You have a very evil tongue. You know that, right? Natel blinks at her in shock and takes a moment to smooth down the creases in her uniform.
Scamper back to the Brass Citadel and spin your own plots. I will happily do the same on my side of the island.
Okay, I have a question for you, Natel, before you go.
For me? I could use a reprieve.
Natel watches Tamara skulk away. Turn back to you only when she's gone and lets out a heavy sigh.
Ah, these are frustrating times we live in. What say?
Any ideas on retrieving that Harapo epic?
There's always Fassina, Arkemyr's apprentice. No love lost there if whispers are true.
Yeah, I mean, I would help both of you guys, but she's really mean.
Arkemyr seems to enrage those of his inner circle, not excluding the imps.
Okay, so I got some more questions about this tablet.
Akira, I say the relevance of the Harapo epic can't be overstated.
Okay.
It could prove a touchstone for the Hauana. It could even... Sorry. You go ahead.
All right, go ahead. So why is the tablet so important to you?
It is important to all who call the Deadfire home. I only tell you this because I know you can be trusted.
Okay.
The epic is supposed to contain information on Ukaizo. Nothing as dramatic as a set of coordinates, but anything helps. Stories are also important to the Hauana. Much of who we are is still missing.
Okay, so what can the epic tell you about the Hauana?
The story could speak to the values and beliefs of our ancestors.
Okay, I've been on a search like that for a Rautaian friend, and we ended up finding a whole bunch of dust down in the basement, so to speak, of my former castle. But I digress. Go on.
The language structure, narrative voice, and use of metaphor can tell us something about the time of its inscription.
Well, I mean, okay.
We could even... I've lost you, haven't I? Akira, I tend to go on.
Don't... What? So you're a scholar. Interesting. Did you know about the epic before it fell into Arkemyr's hand?
Akira,
Right.
from the Journal of Rakua, an explorer who found the tablet on a remote island some 20 years ago.
So he found the tablet. So why didn't he turn it over to...
Unfortunately for Rakua, the most we found of her was her journal among the flotsam of a shipwreck.
Oh, she crashed. Okay. So why is the Royal Deadfire Company interested? So they can plunder this Ukaizo?
They think the tablet can show them,
Right.
well, the way to Ukaizo.
Okay. Right. Gotcha.
Akira, it's a mythical island, but that isn't stopping any of us from rushing to claim it first.
Alright. Okay, that's all I wanted to
Akira,
know.
the pleasure is mine.
Right. Alright. How's that?
Akira, I say the relevance of the Harapo epic can't be overstated. It could prove a touchstone for the Hauana. It could even... Sorry. You go ahead.
Okay, I guess that's all I wanted to know.
Akira, the pleasure is mine.
Alright, take care. So yeah, that's gonna be one tough place to get into. Oh, hold on a second. We have a cellar. Oops. Let's get rid of this space.
Huh?
Quench your thirst on the way up the mountain?
Okay, let's see. What do you serve here?
Spirits and the like? No one this side of the slope will scorn you for a little indulgence.
Okay.
Between us, folks tend to linger and spend coin in parikis when they've had a few. Good for business, I say.
Well, I am one of those folks, so I don't necessarily want to be drunk, but let me see what you got. Okay, do you got anything, I mean, really magical? No. So you have water. Wow, you have a lot of water. Let's buy some water for you for the ship. You never know. Could save our lives. Okay, let's go. No doubt Fassina is thinking about leaping over her. Over her, counter. Fassina! Guess what? We're back!
You're back. Cool. Any news?
Took care of Bertenno's debt with Humoto Stone.
You are willing to put up all that money?
One of our eyes narrows.
What of the gloves? What happened to them?
I have them right here for you. She accepts the gloves with a grateful sigh. You've lost an item. Yes, I have.
At least I know Arkemyr won't feed me to the imps.
Right. She folds the gloves with care and sews them away. Some quest experience. Wow. Velvet glove, brass.
Take your discount as well. If the cupboard doesn't make its goals, so be it.
Okay. just between you and me, I need to get inside Arkemyr's manor.
Imp, go hang laundry.
She holds up a finger for silence, her gaze following the shop imp as he flutters noisily away.
I'm only doing this for how you help Bertenno.
Okay, that's a heavy sigh. Slips a key from her pocket.
Here, burn Arkemyr's manor down for all I care.
She presses the key into your palm. Okay, so we have his key.
What else do you need?
Okay. Back to the mat of that manor. How do I get in here? Can you tell me anything else useful?
The imps that guard the manor? Idiots.
Okay.
Arkemyr plays with shape-shifting illusions, so his imps know him by his clothes.
Clothes?
Do with that what you will.
Alright. So they know him by his clothes. Is there any other way inside the manor?
Locked doors tend to have keys. That one's free.
Alright. Alright. Alright, let's see what you have for sale. Alright, so you have a, what is this? I've got to look this up. I don't think we can use any of that. Because exceptional dagger. Oh, hold on a second. Let's sort this by value. So she has a singing scimitar. It's Sasha's singing scimitar. This weapon was once the property of a Sasha Saramon, a chanter of great renown. Her noble deeds and many victories are the stuff of legends. Long have the songs of her adventure filled noble halls, humble taverns alike. Though no song sung or poem penned has succeeded in truly describing Sasha's grace with a blade. Her scimitar, an antique blade of exquisite artistry, stirs the air when swung, humming with a particularly vibrant frequency. The sound is the complex, dissonant harmony, beautiful and jarring. It's both a tool of battle and an instrument of song. If the nicks along the silver-plated edges are any indication, the great chanter carried the scimitar for many years, crossed blade with many foes. Okay, well, let's get that. Yes. A shield. Lethrandria was an elf consort. Edward, a human lord, a prosperous Ederian barony. Okay. Her marriage with her own elf husband was a cold one. Oh, this is a very similar story to our friend Aloth. It was in Lord Edward's true brother's son, Matthew, that she found solace. She loved the boy as a son and cared for him after the passing of his mother, Edward's true wife. Matthew desired nothing more than to join the ranks of the Knights of Eder, like his father, and train as a squire from a young age. As he grew into a young man, he excelled in martial prowess and a daring virtue, eventually earning a command in the colony of the Darewood. The young captain became known for his bravery and even-handedness in his protection of the Empire's subjects. Esteemed with her surrogate son's accomplishments, the Athera commissioned a shield worthy of her station and wielded it with pride. Okay, broke away, was horrified to learn Eder had been dispatched, put down the rebels, taken cause of Darewooden, and he was cut down. That's a tragic tale. Well, we'll pick that up in memory. A quarterstaff, okay. things will be a fine addition for Eder. Perfect.